the first challenge is on the economic front. Although Greece's economy has been through a very long and deep recession, the economy has been recovering over the last 2 years, but that recovery has been relatively shallow. So, as you heard there in the report, one of the main things that New Democracy is promising is to try and double the growth rate from around 2% to 4%. And they want to do this by cutting taxes and increasing investments, and at the same time promising more jobs and better paid jobs. So it's a tall order given what Greece has been through over the last 10 years. But I think also the style of governing will be important. You heard there the idea that a lot of the result of the election on Sunday was determined by negative sentiment towards Syriza. And I think this had a lot to do with their style of governing, because it was very much along the lines of previous parties, trying to interfere in the judiciary, in the media, using public sector jobs to buy votes. And I think people are fed up with this in Greece, and they want to see a new style of politics.
And what do you think of the new cabinet that has been put in place? Can it respond to those issues that drove the vote?
Well, as your reporter correctly pointed out, it's much bigger than a lot of people expected. So 51 people in the cabinet is more or less along the lines that we've come to expect. So that's seen as a bit of a negative. At the same time, there are 21 people who are non-parliamentarians, technocrats or experts in their field, if you like. And I think it will be the success or failure of these people that would largely determine whether this cabinet is seen as a success. And one thing that people are pointing out is the distinct lack of women. Only around 10% of the cabinet is made up of women, and for a European country and a new government coming in trying to send a sort of progressive message, that raised some eyebrows.
And just briefly, the EU, of course, are going to be keeping a watchful eye on Greece's spending. Can this new government deliver on its promises?
Well, that's the first big challenge, because Kyrikos Mitsotakis, the new Prime Minister, has promised tax cuts straight away to kick in from the 1st of January. The problem he has is that despite being outside of the adjustment programs, Greece still has a very high primary surplus target to meet, 3.5%. And yet at yesterday's Eurogroup, several top European officials underlined that there is no scope at the moment for these targets to change. So that will be one of his most difficult discussions ahead, to try and win over the European creditors and possibly bring that target down. Although the indications are at the moment there isn't a willingness on the other side to discuss it.